世界を救う戦いだと誰かが言った。
Someone said that this is a battle to save the world.
お前たちに全人類の希望がかかっていると誰かが言った。
Someone said the hope of all humankind rests on our shoulders.
でも
But
俺にとってはそんなこと興味はなくて、
I don't care about any of that stuff.
俺は所詮
This is
自分
just
の
to
中の衝動を
satisfy
満たすため
my
の
own impulses.
最強のライバルとこのシチュエーションで戦えるなんてゾクゾクするじゃないか。
Who wouldn't want to fight their greatest rival in a situation like this? It's crazy exciting, isn't it?
それが不謹慎だと言われようと構わない。綺麗事じゃないんだ。
I couldn't care less if people think I'm being rash. Doesn't matter to me.
興味があるのはただ全国ランキング1位のやつ
All
を
I
倒
care
して
about is beating the number one in the national rankings and going beyond them to the top of the world.
その先にあるもの、
What's beyond that?
その先なんて何もない。何もない
Nothing at all.
それでも
But even then, I still want to see it.
いや
No.
だからこ
That's
そ
exactly why
求めるんだ。
I have to see it.
だって俺は
After all,
英雄でもなく
I'm no hero.
軍人でもなく
I'm no soldier.
ロボットアニメの主
I'm
人
not
公
even
だ。
the protagonist of a robot anime.
電源供給開始。
システムリンクオンライン。
マイクテスト。カイ、なんか喋って。
おじゃりもんせノッチーよ。
感度良好。全員一言ずつ。
テステス。
すごい一体感を感じる。風、なんだろう、吹いてきてる。確実に。
はい、オッケー。カイ、ポケコンは有線になってる？赤いケーブル。
とっくに接続済みだよ。ていうかなんで赤なの？アキちゃんの趣味。
通常の3倍で動ける気になるでしょ。
OS、正常に起動済みだし、テラ安定。
うちの顔、見えてる？
バッチリと。
Nice and clear.
各サーボ、ホームポジションの誤差は 1% 以下。
All servo motors less than 1% error for home position.
送電システム、正常だよ。発電機は13時間は連続で使えるって。
それだけあれば十分。
More than enough time.
各種アクチュエーター、すべて正常。
Actuators all green. Gyro sensor, auto balancer, no issues.
チェック9番から
Skip
16
checks
番
from
まで
number
は
9
飛ばし
to number 16.
おいおい大丈夫？
Wait, are you sure that's okay?
見くびらないでもらえますか？
Don't underestimate me.
僕を誰
Who
だ
do
と
you
思ってるんです
think I am?
ああ悪かったよ
My bad.
後輩。
Kid.
はい、次。DG297 起動。
起動しました。
Left and right laser scanners all green.
周辺マップ、ロード開始。3メートル、5メートル、7メートル、10メートル、15メートル、20メートル。範囲最大。
地形判断用 AI 正常。大丈夫だ。問題ない。カメラテストどうぞ。
360度カメラテスト。カイ、ちゃんとシートベルトは締めてる？
もちろん。
Of course.
シート固定解除。
Seat lock
くるくる
release.
回ればいいんだ
Just
よ
spin
ね。
around, right?
カメラ連動確認。
Camera link confirmed. I'm getting dizzy.
こっちもモニタで確認しました。座標固定スタンバイ OK？
ちょい待ち。
Hold up.
調整完了。いいよ。
Adjustments complete. Go ahead.
座標固定来たこれ。
その変な言葉遣い、いい加減やめてくれないか。
Could you stop using weird expressions like that?
だが断る。
はいはい、喧嘩やめ。よし、チェックは以上。本日2020年2月28日の天気予報をお伝えします。鹿児島県種子島屋久島地方は北東の風のち南の風やや強く晴れでしょう。波の高さ 1.5 メートル、最高気温14度、最低気温10度、降水確率は 10% となっています。天気予報でした。
貴重な情報どうも。
Well, thanks for the valuable information.
はい。これでロボ部員全員集合したね。できれば歩行テストをしたかったところなんだけど、そんな暇はないからぶっつけ本番だよ。いける？
最初から分かってたことでしょ。
We knew that was the case from the start.
今さらノーゴーだな
Don't
んて言
go
わ
and
ない
call
でよ。
things off now.
コンディションオールグリーン、最終判断はゴー。カイ、必ず戻ってこようね。
さあ、ここからは
Now then,
俺のゲームだ。
this is where my game starts.
だって俺は
After all,
英雄でもなく
I'm no hero.
軍人で
No,
もな
no
く
soldier.
ロボットアニメの
Not
主
even
人
the
公、
protagonist of a robot anime.
格闘ゲーマー。
I'm a fighting game player.
頑張れる。
Gunbara, take off.
Hi. はい、アップデート終わりって
And
ね。
the update's finished.
どこら辺が変わったの
Not
か
that
さ
I
っぱ
have
り
a
わかん
clue
ないけ
what's
ど。
changed.
はいはい。
Yeah, yeah.
俺の名前は
My name is
カイト。
Kaito Yaishio,
中央種子島高校
general course student in class 32 at Central
出席番号
Tanegashima High,
26番
number
成績は
26.
中
My
部
grades
で
are mediocre at best.
部活はロボット研究部に
As for
所
club
属してます
activities, I
よ。
belong to the
一応
Robot
ね。
Research Club. Kind of.
ロボットのことは
Funny,
詳しくなか
considering
った
I
りす
don't
る
know
けども、
jack about robots.
得意分野は何を
Actually,
隠そ
my
う。
real
ゲ
field
ーム
of
だったりしちゃ
expertise
ったり
is
して。
video games.
で、あれ
Wait, huh? Post-update info messages have already disappeared from the screen. I guess I spent too much time yammering. I let out a tiny sigh and leave the dimly lit robot research club room. A refreshing early summer breeze blows by. It's like night and day compared to that cramped, hot room. The moment I step outside, I stop sweating. With the cool breeze washing over my entire body, I take a look at the surrounding scenery on my phone droid. We usually see lots of typhoons this time of year, but today seems like a nice day. The sky extends high and wide, endlessly blue. It's already turning to the color of summer. This place is about 40 kilometers south of Taganashima's Osumi Peninsula. I live here on Taganashima, right next to Yakushima, famous for being a World Heritage Site. This island, on the other hand, isn't really noteworthy outside of matchlock rifles and our rocket launch site. Central Taganashima High is right at the center of the island. It's one of the only 2 high schools in the area, actually. Over 10 years ago, there was an anime set here that got popular, but that's our only real point of pride.
じゃあまあ
I suppose I'll give it a test drive now that it's updated. It's then that I hear a voice in the distance calling for me by my nickname. There are only a handful of people who call me that. Looks like our precious club president is back.
ちょうどいいやポケコンで
Perfect timing. I'll lock onto her with my phone droid. Akiho Senomiya shows up at just the right moment as I capture her within the screen of my phone droid. We're in the same grade. She's what you call a childhood friend. We go by the nicknames Kai and Aki-chan.
あ、またゲームして遊んでる。
ゲームじゃないって
Wrong. IRUO got updated, so I was testing it out.
アキちゃん
Aki-chan, how do you feel about cat ears? I boot up cat ear mode from among the app icons in IRUO.
にゃんにゃんなんつって
Meow meow, eh? This thing is pretty awesome. Not only does it add cat ears to her head, it also gives her a maid outfit.
カイは本気だな。
Kai is me, of course, short for Kaito. Akio lets out a sigh and takes a sip from the bottle in her hand.
こういうピンチな時は力を合わせて頑張らなきゃいけないっていうのに。
ピンチなの
These are hard times?
ピンチだよ。この状況を見ればわかるよね。
Akio points to the robot club room located next to the soccer club equipment storehouse. I guess people assume this little shed would never be used as a proper club room. Our space has 2 rooms, but one is used for storage, so the only one that can hold actual people is the left room. That said, it's way too cramped with 2 people inside. Try and relax there, I dare you. Even worse, we only have a single lamp and no AC. It's too cold in the winter and too hot every other season. If hard times refers to being forced to spend time in the clubroom, then I totally get why Akio would say that.
までも
But hey, at least the lawn is pretty comfy. On days when it's not raining, anyways.
そういう問題じゃなくて。
Cat Akio dejectedly returns to the clubroom after hearing my response. She sits on one of the only 2 round chairs in the room and takes a sip of her juice again. As I enter, sweat beads form on my forehead. Summer's only just started. I'm going to die when it gets going.
今日も教頭先生のところに行ってきたの
Did you go see the vice principal again?
行ってきたけど会議中でまた会えなかった。教頭先生忙しすぎだよ。
Are you sure she isn't just avoiding you? As soon as the school year started, the robot club had its budget annihilated. As the president, Akio's been doggedly negotiating for club funds. I can tell they aren't taking her seriously. That said, the fault probably lies in Akio for ridiculously demanding a 10-fold increase last year.
部長さんは
It must be rough being the club president. You gotta deal with all sorts of things.
大変だけど充実はしてるよ。
Akio smiles grimly and thrusts her fist into the air. Meow.
ちょっぴり焦りもあるけどね。
えらいえらい
Atta girl.
カイはまるで人事だね。ロボ軍もうちとカイの2人しかいないんだよ。少しはそれを自覚してほしいんだけどな。
The Central Taganashima High Robot Research Club, also known as the Robot Club. Its history goes 9 years back. It all started with a girl named Misaki Senomiya, a first-year student at the time. Yes, that's right. She's the older sister of the girl pouting in front of me right now. I call her Misane. She made the Robot Research Association, then a year later it became a club in recognition of its achievements. In its golden days, it had nearly 20 members. Even won Robo 1, a Tokyo Hobby robot tourney 8 years ago. That was then. Now the club is on thin ice. If that wasn't obvious from our club room and total of 2 members,
いや
well, sure, but come on, you know I don't really care about robots.
知ってる。これだけうちが会に洗脳作戦を続けてるのに全く効果なしだ。
When Akio says brainwash, she means her efforts to get me to watch all kinds of robot anime. Probably. If anything, her doing it non-stop since elementary school has had the opposite effect. I don't want to touch this stuff.
アキちゃんの熱意は立派だけど
While your enthusiasm is praiseworthy, you should realize that your efforts are pointless.
知ってるかな？
してるね
That's right. The fact that there have been 0 new club members for 2 years in a row is evidence of that.
あー、そっか。
Till a few years ago, it was a prestigious club, but its rep is so low now that people call it worthless. Ironic considering the rest of the world is going through a robot boom. Till last year, the tech prep room in the main building was our home. It had issues. It was too dark. But it was better than this.
でも聞いてかい。あの人がかつてこう言ってた。
Akio quickly puts on her red framed glasses. By the way, these glasses are just for show.
まだだ。まだ終わらんよって。
The he she's referring to is a character from a super famous robot anime. He doesn't actually exist.
無駄に前向き
You're as ridiculously optimistic as ever, Aki-chan.
そうだったら会も見習っていいよ。ちなみに勝手に猫耳生やさないでくれないかな。
かわいい
Aw, come on, it's cute. Meow meow.
もう怒るの？そんなアプリは削除。
Fine, fine. I was getting kinda tired of the thing anyway. Plus it was free. I'll live. Turn cat ear mode off and delete it from my phone droid. I leave the club room behind me and sit down in the shade of a nearby tree. This is my special after-school spot. It's way more comfortable than the club room, as long as it's not raining. It's part of my daily routine to sit here and game. Now that the IRUO update is finished, it's about time I get started. I whip out my phone droid and boot up Kill Ballad from among the apps.
キルバラ起動
Kill Ballad, start. Wonder what the leaderboards are looking like. First thing I always do after starting up Kill Ballad is check the leaderboards.
やれ
Oh boy. As usual, I can't help but sigh. For the record, my account is Umishio. In other words, I'm ranked 5th place in the world right now. Apparently, Kill Ballad has about 20 million active users worldwide, so being number 5 is pretty amazing. Top hasn't changed for about half a year. I want to be the best, so it sucks that I can't break those 4. As you can see, Kill Ballad is a fighting game based on gun barrel. It's part of the recent worldwide robot boom I mentioned earlier. Plus, it's based on a legendary robot anime, a huge hit still worshipped as a godly masterpiece around the world. The game was released on the phone droid, a platform everyone owns. It's an indie game, but its combat is crazy deep. These qualities helped Kill Ballad become a huge success, downloaded 50 million times worldwide. That's KB. Honestly, because of Akio, I have no interest in gun barrel. I'm just addicted to Kill Ballad as a game. There are even lots of students who play it at school. And yet nobody even bats an eye at our little club. Pretty sad.
お
Whoa! Recognize the handle name of the player I'm matched against. Rock Corregio. This is the creator of Kill Ballad. They're a genius programmer shrouded in complete mystery. All anybody knows is that they created Kill Ballad. This is my first time getting matched with them. That said, I'd heard rumors that the game's creator was playing online. I guess they were true.
作者と
To
対
face
戦
the
できるなんて
creator head to
光
head
栄じゃ
is
ない
an honor. I'm starting to get hyped. correct my sitting posture and focus. Show me your moves. KB doesn't use a stick for inputs as a combo system that involves timed button pressing in succession. In general, as long as there's no input error, once the first lands, you'll link the rest of the combo together. That said, some of the combos have pretty harsh timing requirements, which means you need a good eye. And it's not like your opponent is just going to sit around and let you land a hit. Once you enter the top 10 world rankings, battles mostly become about reading your opponent's moves. Being countered and crushed before you can do much is the norm. Reading your opponent and countering counters is key. In fighting games, it's all about choices made down to a single frame. You gotta read and make the right choice. That's what determines who wins and loses. Of course, that's not everything. Gotta consider character specs plus the issues that lag raises, but mastery down to a single frame, that's a height of skill for a fighting game player. I say that, but it's probably impossible to distinguish individual frames by eye. Either way, you basically just have to be constantly watching your opponent's moves. Nonchalant advances, retreats, and even crouching are parts of the puzzle. You have to be able to read into that. The second you take your eyes off the opponent, they'll strike at an opening. You can never let your guard down. It's also important to be able to make out a player's habits. Being able to see patterns faster changes your accuracy. By the way, I'm not trying to brag, but my reaction time is pretty good. I think I averaged about 4 frames when reacting by sight. I can come up with 4 moves within 8 frames. This is about my average. When I'm in the zone, I can deduce the winning option within those 8 frames. 2 moves are common textbook options. One is about getting ahead of the opponent's intentions. The last utilizes a super difficult combo to confuse them. I pick one of those 4 patterns depending on the situation. Confusion combo looks cool, but has no real practical use. Sometimes the top ranker's gotta show off, right? Regardless, if I have 8 frames, I can crush any technique that comes my way. Well, if I see it coming. Like I explained earlier, a real fight is about reading moves. It means stuff doesn't always go according to plan. Anyway, let's get this party started. Hey, thanks. It's an honor to meet you. Don't go too hard on me. Hello? I guess they don't use voice chat. Huh? They're attacking? Pretty normally. They're playing by the books, but it isn't very fun. It's too easy to come up with ways to react. Maybe that's the downside of being the creator. My bad. That's that. Good fight. You have a good read on the specifics of the game. Expect nothing less from the creator. However, your attacks were way too orthodox. You were too easy to read. It also ended up being a benefit to me that we both use the same robot. Oh. They sent me a message, even though they were ignoring me on voice chat. What's the deal? I should open it. My bad for the sudden message. Lol. I send messages because I never use voice chat. I hate to say this, but people suspect you might be using cheats. Initio Shi Bacha said your reaction time seemed physically impossible, and that's what the person who reported you said. Lol, crap. If you have anything to say about the authenticity of this rumor, please let me know. What the hell is this? Me? Use cheats? Like hell. What a ridiculous accusation. Jeez. As a fighting game player, being suspected of cheating is the ultimate blow to my pride. Get the hell out of here. I do not cheat. I log off without replying to the message. Who made up such a stupid lie and reported me for cheating? I'm really pissed off now. If Ra Kojiro is the creator, they can just check my account and settle this that way. They wouldn't find a thing. Hell, the people ranked above me are way more suspicious if we're talking cheaters. I'm not being jealous, I swear. After fighting them countless times, I've got a feel for how they move and play. That's why I'm so confident in my assertion. I can tell whether someone's cheating or not after one match. This is turning into a bit of a rant. I need to stop while I'm ahead. I look up from the screen, stretch, and put away my phone droid. I don't have much to do, so I stare out at the scenery. The leaves rustle above my head. There are no students on the courtyard lawn or in the informatics classroom nearby. As for the sports clubs, they've gone to practice at the Nakatane-cho Central Athletic Park 20 minutes away from here. All I can hear are the cries of crows and other small birdies. The gentle sound of plants rustling in the cool breeze. The school is quiet after hours. It's almost as though time itself has stopped. Or perhaps time has left this place behind. Maybe it's not just this school. Maybe the entire island has been left behind.
ちょっと少女趣味すぎ
Who knew I was so sentimental? Ha!
何のこと？
Akio leaves the clubroom and walks over to me. I guess she heard me talking to myself.
この場所は時間
I don't know, I just had this kind of listless feeling like this place had been left behind by time or something.
ああ、哲学的。
She really shouldn't admire me.
別の言い方
In other words,
俺はこれ
I
からどう
was
しよ
just
うって
wondering
思っただけだったりする
what to do now.
これからどうするかなんて決まりきってるよ。
Akio points her finger up at the sky.
なんとしても部費を手に入れる。そして今年中にガンツクワンを完成させるの。
In April, Akio made an important declaration, her words, not mine. As president, of course, it was only me there. The plan is to complete Gun Barrel Prototype Model 1, Gun Build 1, within the year, before we graduate. And so she requested a tenfold increase to our budget out of nowhere. The VP flipped out and banished us here.
いやじゃなくて
No, that's
俺が
not
言
what
ってる
I'm
のは
trying
さ
to say.
もう高三でし
We're
ょ
already in our
あ
third
と
year.
1年もして
Hell, we graduate in less than a year. I was wondering what comes after that. There are no colleges here. If you want to go to one, you gotta leave the island. As for working, going off island is the only choice. I've lived here my whole life. I've left for vacations and whatnot, but I've never lived off island. I have no particular aspirations to leave either. It's more a vague sense of insecurity at having to leave at all.
考えたことないな。
もう6月の
Even though it's already June.
うちは今あの子に夢中だから。
今っていうか
You make it sound like there was a time when you weren't. Akio truly loves robots from the bottom of her heart.
でもそれにうつつを
You
抜か
focus
して
too much on that. It'll be too late and you're gonna have to wait another year to go to college.
何しろ
It's not like our lives are coming to an end once that robot is finished. We've still got a ways ahead of us. It doesn't mean we all live happily ever after. Roll credits. We've got regular lives to live.
まあなるようになるって。なんでそんなナイル話題持ち出すかな。
I guess you've got a point.
もっと希望的観測のもとに突き進むべきだと思うよ。なんだったら走りますか？
どこへ
Where to?
夕日に向かって。
自分が
You just want to run, don't you?
まだ夕日なんて
The sun isn't setting yet.
気分だよ気分。
アキちゃんってたまに
Aki-chan,
根性論
sometimes you're way too much of a positive thinker.
じゃなくて諦めなければ願いはきっと叶うんだって。
人はそれを
That's what people refer to as positive thinking, Aki-chan.
キャラ性能の
Don't forget that sometimes a match's result is predetermined before it even starts,
覚えとく
thanks to character stats.
お
It's a fighting game thing. So it's entirely true that I've done no prep when it comes to what I want to do after high school. I blame it on the illusion that time has stopped on the island. It just makes you forget about the future entirely. You end up thinking that things will just go on like this forever. And I don't mean that in the sense that I hope these perfect days will never end or whatever. When time stops, so too does your ability to think. And yet, even when you realize this is the case, it's still a pain in the ass to try and think about what comes next. In the end, I don't care what happens as long as I can keep gaming. That's how I continue putting everything off. Akiho stretches out as though she's putting a period on the conversation.
でさ、これから正義のためにハンガー行こうと思ってるんだけどな。
The Robot Club has its own hangar. The dream that Akiho and the Robot Club have been working on is stored there.
頑張ってよ部長さん。
Do your best, President.
カイも一緒に来てよ。
ふん
Hmm.
だった
And you
ら
know what
分かっ
the
てるでし
deal
ょ
is.
またやるの？
当然
Of course. How many times have I told you? If you want me to do something, you have to beat me in a match. I quickly whip out my phone droid and take position.
キルバラ一本勝負
One round and kill Ballard. You game?
えい、
Akio replies unenthusiastically and takes out her phone droid in resignation.
うちが勝ったら本当に言うこと聞いてもらうからね。
If you win. But I doubt it, seeing as you're 0 to 10. 0 to 10 are her odds of winning. There's a 0% chance that Akiho wins and a 100% chance that I walk away the victor. I chuckle to myself and boot up Kill Ballad. Let's see if you've improved any.
手加減なしだからね。これで負けたら400連敗。それだけは。
数字適当すぎだよ
I'm pretty sure you're fudging the numbers. I've won way more times than that. Oh, so that's your strat, eh? Hmm. I personally recommend calming down, Aki-chan. And I win.
アキちゃん相変わらず弱いね
Weak as always.
こんにゃろ
あちょっ
Whoa, hey! Akiho suddenly starts ruffling my hair with both of her hands. She's always been like this. Whenever she gets too frustrated, she messes up my hair. What did my hair ever do to her?
もっと容赦してくれないんだから。
いや手加減なしって
Who was it that said no holding back? Plus, my fighting game philosophy is to always go full power, no matter who I'm facing. I watch with a wry smile as Akiho stands up and storms off into the distance.